Hey, thought I had my back turned to you for a second there. Hey, I'm Dylan Stewart. I'm the North Star Man, and today I want to continue my 100-day challenge, but I also want to bring you into where we're going on this course. Because along the way of this challenge, what I want to do for myself and for you is to help you create these tools that can prevent you from getting lost in your life. I don't know about you, but I've had these mornings, these days where getting up, getting out of bed, getting into my day-to-day grind has just been challenging, right? It's like, it's too early. I don't have enough coffee. I don't know why I'm doing it. And I think everyone's gotten lost at one point or another in their lives, whether it's in the job or in their relationship or just in general. Maybe you just go, I don't know what I'm doing here anymore. And what I'm trying to do in this series, the last several days of where I'm going with this challenge, is I want to really connect you to some tools that I've used over the last decade that have helped me bounce out of bed and keep momentum and keep excitement and really connect to who I want to be in my life. You know, the first thing we did is we talked about our destination. We talked about setting our sight on a vision that's outside of where we are, that's down on the horizon, so that you can really start to look at where you want to go. Okay, so that was important because setting your sights on the where gives you a little bit of a time estimate, gives you a little bit of a goal to aim for. But the second thing that we did, and we did this yesterday, is we really wanted to connect to our own purpose. What's important to us? What's valuable to us? What are we willing to fight for? What are we willing to challenge ourselves for and push through? Because if you don't know what you're willing to fight for, shoot, you're not going to fight for anything. You're not going to stand up for yourself. You're not going to make this happen. And I will tell you, life, this existence, it wasn't made to be easy. It wasn't put in our path and said, oh, here's a cakewalk. Life's hard, life's challenging, and keeping yourself in motion and momentum and going where you're aiming for, it takes time, it takes work, it takes effort, it takes patience, and most of all, it takes understanding of your purpose. So yesterday we talked about creating some ideas of your self-evident truths. These truths that exist for you, these ways of being that you personally have that you're walking through, whether it's you're an artist, or whether you believe in helping injured animals, or that you care about the environment, these things that are important to you. These self-evident truths, they really help create the boundaries of who we are and who we get to be, the lines that we don't cross. But now we want to talk about, so we know where we want to go. We have some idea of these boundaries and these personal goals that we've set for ourselves. Now the next question is, why? 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 Why do you care? Why does getting to that destination matter at all? Why does protecting those self-evident truths, why does that matter to you? Or does it? For me, I've had to connect to the emotional center of me as a being, of me as a human, as a man, as a person on this planet, so many times to keep me from getting lost, to keep me from straying off the path. And so the thing that I've really done is connected deeply to that why in a way that it really affects me and it connects to me. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about that why and how to make it emotionally resonate with you. So the first thing I want to do is see that vision, see that mountaintop, see that destination that you're heading to. Maybe you want to make $1 million. Maybe you want to have an amazing family. Maybe you just need a new car or a new job. Whatever it is, I want you to think about that. And I want you to think about those things that you talked about yesterday, those self-evident truths, those pieces of you that are integral to your definition of who you are, that are integral into you understanding your experience in this life. Think about those. What are they? Again, maybe you're an artist, maybe you're a musician, maybe you love people, maybe you love breathing and being in meditation time and having your own private space and those kind of things. So now I want you to think about one of those things. For me, I'm going to think about writing. You know, my father was a screenwriter, and so I was kind of pre-assumed that I was going to be a screenwriter. And I love the written word, and I love books, and I love movies, and I've grown up on movies and poetry and all of this stuff. But the funny thing is, I never really wanted to be a screenwriter. What I wanted to do was tell stories. And I'm good at telling stories. And I don't need to even write them down anymore because I just love to tell these stories and really connect people to them. And so when I think about that storytelling capability that I almost lost, I almost gave it away because it was too hard to be a writer. It was too hard to make movies or screenplays or all of these things. And I thought that meant I couldn't hold that dream anymore. And I think about it now. I think about the writings that I've done and the words that I put together and the stories that I've told, and I feel it. I feel it right here. And that's the thing about emotions, is they're not separated, they're not mental, they're not up here. They're physical inside your body. So I want you to think about that thing that you love, that thing that you're willing to fight for. Is it, like I said, is it working with battered women? Is it helping families come together? Is it just as simple as, I want to connect to myself and love myself so that I can be the best person I can be? That can be its own goal and its own reward. For me, I'm going to connect to writing. And when I connect to it and I think about it, and I think about that feeling I get when I'm telling a story, when I'm really, really in it and deep and just like holding on to it, it sits right here. And all I want is to share that. And to take everyone I know and go, let me show you this. Let me show you what I'm feeling in my chest, this expansive, beautiful idea, this rainbow of possibilities, this story. Maybe it's the character, or maybe it's just the way the words string together. Do you feel that? Are you there? Take a moment. If you're not there, get yourself there, because that's the key. That center, that emotional center, now I'm there. And you can probably even see even my body language. Everything shifted. My voice shifted because all of a sudden I stopped coming from here and I dropped down into my heart. When you're in your heart, there's a whole different power zone that you have. Your instincts get sharper, your vision gets sharper, your clarity gets sharper. And when your why is connected to that, you can't fail. The necessity to bring that out to the world is so high that you can't fail. So, take it back to square one. You've got your destination, you know where you're going. You've got these self-evident truths, these things that are important to you, and now you're connecting them to your heart. And you don't want to just connect one of them. You want to connect as many of them as you can to your heart. Feel that feeling. That's a feeling that could change lives. Think about if everyone in the world had that feeling about something. Think about the best, I'm going to use the example of movies because I'm in movie mode right at the moment. Think about the best movie that you've ever seen. Was it Titanic? Was it whatever that movie was that made you cry, that got you emotional, that got you into your heart? And think about seeing it in a theater filled with people in that exact same feeling. That's the gift that your emotional connection can have with everyone. With everyone. When I get into a room and I connect with my audience and I'm telling them my story, whether it's, the story of me losing my writing skill and finding again, or whether it's the story of my daughter's mom who passed away when I was 20, or whether it's the story of my father, the great screenwriter, or whatever it is, they're with me on that journey. They're following me on that emotional connection, and that's what you get to do when you can feel and touch and reach in and hold your heart in your hands. And now with your heart in your hands and your eyes on the horizon and the guidelines of these self-evident truths creating this path, all that's left is for you to take the first step. Tomorrow we're going to talk about that first step. My name's Dylan Stewart. They call me the North Star Man, and they call me that because I found this North Star, this guiding light, this guiding principle that pulls me every day. I'm not pulling it. I'm not chasing it. It's pulling me. It's tugging me along and saying, Dylan, come with me. Come along. I've got a journey for you. And you're supposed to be a part of it. And I want you to find that same pull for you in your life. What is pulling you? What is compelling you to take the next step in your day so you don't get lost in bed. You don't get stuck in your daydreams of what it could be like and then you never make anything happen. You're being pulled. Imagine that. That's my North Star, and that's what I want to teach you guys. So what I want you to do is I want you to pop into this comment section, and I want you to tell me what that thing is that brings up that emotion for you, what that feeling is that you can connect to, that you want to share, that you want to give, that you want to make sure those around you see and connect to and feel, so that you can change them and you can change you and you can change your entire community and your culture and your society, because it's all up to us, the individual, to set that groundwork, to set that direction, to set that context for everyone. Start with you. Build it here. Build it now. Stop waiting. It's what I'm doing. It's why I'm waking up in the morning and bringing you these things. It's not because I committed to a 100-day challenge. I don't care about that. It's because that challenge that I took reconnected me to why I'm here, and I'm here to change lives. I'm going to start with you. I'm Dylan Stewart. What I want you to do is I want you to go to my website, northstarman.com. You're going to find some information there. I'm going to be starting a monthly membership, which will help people on a weekly basis build their confidence, help them set a course on their life, and reconnect to what's important to them. So go onto the website. You'll see that in the next day or two. I'll have that up, and I look forward to connecting with you and talking to you more. Please feel free to send me a direct message or connect with me in any way that compels you. I'm Dylan Stewart. I'm the North Star Man. Today, day 19, and we're just getting started. I'll see you on tomorrow for day 20.